Hey guys, be sure to check out the Mortar Pod, our weekly video podcast, and also check out the tutorial video for my board game, Travelers of Storia. Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're doing another Khans of Tarkir Swiss draft. Got 1,000 wins as our rare, and yeah, this is definitely strong enough to take, so first pick that. Also got some nice fixing, Opulent Palace, Swarm of Bloodflies, which I think is actually a pretty reasonable card. Alpine Grizzly, Bringlow, a lot of actually pretty playable cards in here. I'm just taking the rare because this card seems really powerful. Mahamoti Jin plus bounce all your dudes. At best, right? Okay, follow-up pick. We've got Misfire Weaver, which I think is a great card. I think we're going to take that. There's also Throttle, which is removal, Jeskai Student, Mardu Horde Chief, Glacial Stalker. All of those are pretty awesome. Kintree Invocation, if I go full-on Sultai now. But I say we just take the Weaver, stay in blue, and decide if we want to go Teamer, if we want to go Sultai, if we want to go whatever other one I'm missing. Okay. Well, here rewards us for Delve. Ponyback Brigade is Mardu, so not on color. Chief of the Edge is Esper colored, also not really what we're trying to do here. I'm a big fan of Feet of Resistance. Kind of feeling the Sultai Scavenger just because it's a good card. Especially if I end up in Sultai, I'm going to be happy I have it. Yeah, I don't know. Could also take the Feet of Resistance, I guess, because it's kind of my favorite card out of this pack, but I think we're just going to go with the Sultai Scavenger. Could take the Tranquil Cove, too. Maybe it would have been better, just because of the Scavenger. Isn't a make or break it. Could just take the Bivouac here. I'm really passing up on not much, and it gives me a lot of fixing. So I think I'm going to do that. Nothing super motivating me to go a certain direction. Like Disowned Ancestors playable, but not amazing. Same with like everything else. So yeah, let's just take the Frontier Bivouac. I'm okay with that. All right. So now we can take Skull Hunter. There's Force Away in blue, Bloodfire Expert, Wetland Sandbar, Savage Punch is going to be good if we end up Sultai once again. We've got the fixing for both green and red. I'm trying to think what the best card this pack is. There's really nothing like super amazing. Savage Punch is pretty good. That is pretty good removal. We don't have anything that rewards us. Well, I guess we got the 1,000 wins. That rewards us for playing it. So I could take the Savage Punch. We've already got a little bit of fixing for it. Otherwise, I'm taking Tranquil Cove, which currently fixes us for white, but we don't have any white cards yet. Keep the current color scheme, please. I think I'm actually going to take the Savage Punch. Could take the fixing there, but I actually just like Savage Punch a lot, so if I end up in those colors, I'm definitely going to want it. Now I can take Teamer, Charger, Jeskai, Wind Scout, both of which are fine. Could also take the Bloodfell Caves, get some more fixing. Monastery Flock, which is okay as well. Sidisi's Pet is playable. A lot of playables. Kind of feeling the Wind Scout. Get more flyers. We actually have full-on flyer plan right now, so I think I'm going to take the Wind Scout. I feel like flyer plans are actually a pretty scarce breed of deck in this format. More often than not, you're just playing against, morph dudes that have value when they flip up. That's about it. That's what it feels like, at least. So if I can make a flyer plan work, I think that'll be good. All right, I could take the secret plans here, actually. I've already got 2 morph guys, and I could easily get more. And after playing secret plans in my last draft, even though I got my butt kicked, I really liked this card a lot. I thought Secret Plans played really well. It actually works really well with Savage Punch too. Even though you don't get Ferocious bonus, that extra toughness on a morph guy for fighting is gonna be huge. So I'm gonna take Secret Plans. I ended up getting a lot of value out of that card. That card went really far for me, so I like it. Embodiment of Spring feeds for Sultai. Singing Bell Strike's okay. Not a huge fan of that card, but it's fine. Could take the Swiftwater Cliffs for fixing. Sagu Archer, which is presumably okay. I like the Shambling Attendants, but I don't know if we're going black now. We might just be going Teamer again. I guess we don't have to. I guess I'll take the Swiftwater Cliffs, just get some red fixing, because I've already got the Frontier Bivouac, and I'm kind of a fan of Teamer. I think it's pretty good. I like the Glacial Stalker more than either of these. I'd rather 4/5 is just a huge body, and it interacts very positively with Savage Punch, so I'm going to take the Glacial Stalker. Not only does it work with Savage Punch, it works with Secret Plans. It just sort of makes sense to me, so I actually like that card. All right, we can take number 2. Could also take the Jeskai Student, but it'd be our first white pick. I don't know if I want to go down that rabbit hole. And Inoc Tracker rather, is fine, but I still think Glacial Stalker's better, especially with Savage Punch. Okay, so Witness of the Ages versus Skuldkin. Skuldkin kind of rewards us for, playing red. Witness of the Ages plays better with Savage Punch, but Skuldkin also kind of goes with our little Flyers plan, so I think I'm going to take the Skuldkin. I like that it doubles as removal and a little flying beatdown dude. All right, we can take the Blazebringer. One nice thing is, once again, triggers your Ferocious. Although, I think I actually want the Naturalize because there's not a good chance I'm main decking the Blazebringer, so it makes more sense. I'm going to take the Wetland Sandbar here. It's not that it's a great card, it's on color, it's a 2-drop creature, and I'm a little more interested in that than the Blinding Spray. All right, whatever. Take these. Okay, so pretty good pack 1. I think we're going more Teamer. It seems like we are. Borderline mono blue right now, but that's going to change soon. I'm going to try and get some more morph guys, some more. I like the Secret Plans a lot. Ooh, and we open a on shard rare who's also just very good. Already has Ferocious, has just a wealth of abilities, super efficiently costed. Big fan of that. There's fixing in here. There's another Wind Scout, but yeah, we're just going to take this sweet rare that I haven't tried yet. That fits our curve very nicely. So I think I want to start just dedicating myself to Teamer, which means let's get rid of the black spell. Let's prioritize our fixing, and let's just focus. I do tend to draft Rug or Teamer quite a bit, but I don't know what to say. I just like it. I think it's a good strategy. All right, so Woolly Loxodon. Suspension Field's just probably the best card in here just because it's so good. Woolly Loxodon is a nice morph creature. Another Glacial Stalker, Force Away. I mean, Monastery Flock blocks well. Could just take the Loxodon for diversity's sake, or a third Glacial Stalker, but that tabled last time, so could also take the Force Away here. Just have some more early stuff to do. Actually, I don't mind taking the Force Away here. We've already got quite a bit of creatures. I wouldn't mind getting some nice tricks. Force Away is pretty good. It's not amazing. Some formats bounce is just absolutely bonkers insane, and I'm not convinced this is one of them. But a nice thing about Force Away is it's got Ferocious, and we do sort of look like a Ferocious deck. We already have 4 dudes that trigger it. That's pretty good. And technically, Prowess guys are pretty good with Ferocious too, if you can get them to the point of 4 power. Okay, so we can take Misfire Weaver number 2, which I think I am going to take over the second Wind Scout. I like the 3 power in the air, and I also just like the gaining hexproof. It's just insanely good. So these almost operate like a feat of resistance for our colors, which in my opinion is just insane. I like that. Awaken the Bear is a great card too. It's played very well. in this format from what I've found, but I'm still going to take the morph guy here. It just works better with our secret plans, I think. I would like to try and if I saw another secret plans too, that'd be great. I would totally go for that. All right, technically I could take the Dismal Backwater to get our Scavenger online. I'm not sure that's worth it. I think we're rather just Crippling Chill, which is just a good card. Valley Dasher is nice too, but we're already super light red. So I think red's just going to be our splash color, and we're just going to really focus on this, on good blue flyers and disruption, stuff like that. I can get behind that plan. Yeah, this is the first like actual flyer deck I think I've drafted, so this should be interesting. Um, really not passing much of anything here. Dragon Scale Boon, but I could just take the Tranquil Cove. I don't have any white cards that really motivate me to do that. Abzan Charm's just too far away from where we're at. Valley Dasher is an option, and I actually think this card's fine in this format, but not when you're not when you're splashing red. I kind of want the Dragon Scale Boon. I'm trying to think what Tranquil Cove does for me. I mean, it helps me splash white. Do I want to splash white is like a better question. I don't think I do. Do I want another 4-drop that's a trick? Possibly. I mean, it is a pretty good trick. I think I'm going to take the Boon. I mean, I know you guys like fixing, but I'm kind of on the teamer plan here. And if I'm on the teamer plan, I don't think I need the fixing for white. All right, could take a second Swiftwater Cliffs. I think that's actually in order. Otherwise, I'm taking an Embodiment, which does ramp, but I'll just take the land fixing here. Seems fine. There's some, pretty playable red cards in here. Well, mostly the War Name Aspirant, which is a good 2-drop, and the Dragon Grip, which is probably pretty good on a flyer or a Ferocious guy. But I'm going to take the red fixing here. Can really minimize. Oh, great pickup here. I'm a big fan of Bear's Companion. And Smoke Teller is a fine 2-drop too, but yeah, Bear's Companion all day. First 5-drop too, it just kind of fits perfectly. Horde Ambusher. Here's the problem with Horde Ambusher in this deck. When we morph it, it's going to be pretty difficult to flip it up. We only have 2 spells currently that actually flip it up. And that is a concern of mine, but alternatively, it's either that or Active Treason, which is playable, but I think we're just going to take the Morph Dude. Not super impressed with him, admittedly, but that's all right. So we can take the Tracker. I think we want the Highland game, get another nice 2-drop. This buys us time. We've got a lot of good late game ways to win. So let's pick up some early stuff that's going to help protect us. Monastery Flock is a fine morph guy. It interacts very positively with secret plans as well. And also just does a good job of buying you time and stuff like that. So big fan of that. Could take the Leaping Master. Otherwise Scout the Borders. But Scout the Borders doesn't seem necessary in here. I think I'm going to just probably hate the Leaping Master, because I think Leaping Master is a pretty good card. Quiet Contemplation, I want to try this card out. I think it's actually okay, but to be honest, I doubt it's going to make the main deck, but it is kind of a cool card. I kind of like it. I'm going to hate the Erase because we actually have an enchantment I care about. Although them destroying secret plans really isn't that big of a deal anyway, is it? Okay. So, looking pretty good. Pretty happy with this. I think what we need is a little bit more removal, but I think that's about it. Just a couple more creatures, and we're in pretty good shape here, I would say. I'm a big fan so far. Good morph dudes. Got the secret plans. Got a Windswept Heath, which is worth some nice tickets. Otherwise, a second Savage Punch, which would be welcome in here, but I'm going to take the Windswept Heath and likely not play it, but who knows, maybe we'll see some white card worth splashing. But I think this thing's worth like 6 or 7 tickets, so don't want to pass up on that. This deck could definitely use some more removal. Currently just rocking a Force Away, Crippling Chill, Scaldkin, Savage Punch, which is more of disruption, I would say, than actual removal. All right, Pine Walker's a huge pickup here, since it's not only a good morph and beater, but it interacts positively with our other morph, which is just great. Otherwise, it's a Crippling Chill number 2, which is also fine, but I think we're just going Pine Walker for sure. I love that card. Very powerful. Carrier Spell Snatcher? Yeah, why not? It's on color. Otherwise a Wind Scout, which is all, but you gotta take the Spell Snatcher, right? You steal their spells and then you get to take it. Any spell. That's just really powerful. I mean, it's expensive, but that's the way I roll. All right, this is our 21st card, so we only need a couple more cards and we actually have a deck, which is kind of cool. Could take the cancel. I mean, this is actually a deck that could theoretically run it since we are pretty much blue, splash, green, and red. Could also take the embodiment of spring, but I'm still not really feeling that. I could also take the Highland game, which I think I like the most. I do like the idea of leaving up cancel and then also leaving up like a Misfire Weaver unmorph. So I've got double options. Here's the problem with cancel in this format. It's just not that good when you're on the draw because your opponent's just going to play their morph spell and then what? You're going to leave up cancel. I think cancel is just one of those spells that seems unrealistic to keep up in this format. Seems too difficult. You have to be pretty far ahead on the board. Okay, I think we're just taking Frontier Bivouac number 2 pretty easily. There's also Alpine Grizzly, but we've got enough sort of playables where I don't need to. Also Kin Tree Warden, but I think Frontier Bivouac is all we need. Our fixing is going to be pretty good, so that's the good news. We're at 22 cards, so we only need like one more actual card for this deck, and it's playable. I think we're going to cut the Horde Ambusher, though. It just does not seem like it's going to work in this deck at all. But everything else is pretty good, so 2 more pickups, and we've got ourselves a deck. Scaldkin number 2, but we're rocking enough for... Well, I guess these are technically morphs, so I could take a second Scaldkin. Kind of feeling the set adrift since we're just short on removal. And if you're ahead on the board already, it could be devastating. Weave Fate is not bad either, but I think we're just going to take set adrift. Haven't gotten a chance to play it yet, and we don't have any other delve, so one delve spell seems perfectly fine to me. Longshot Squad, could take that. Could take the Rugged Highlands, even more fixing. Kind of feeling the second Force Away, because this would be our 23rd card. We'd have a good creature count, and I would feel like I have enough disruption to really get there. I also like the Force Away can protect, and that we can legitimately get the Ferocious fairly often. It's also nice that this Ferocious feeds for our set adrift, so quite a few reasons to take the Force Away here, and enough where I think I just talked myself into it over the fixing. Awaken the Bear, like I said, fantastic spell. Kind of want to take Awaken the Bear, even over the Rugged Highlands. But I would have to make a cut. What's the weakest card in my deck? See, the thing is I've got enough 2-drops where I really like the Awaken the Bear. And also Awaken the Bear with Savage Punch is just can get really out of hand real fast. Quiet Contemplation actually is, I think, going to get cut for Awaken the Bear. So I'm going to take the better trick over the fixing here. And pretty happy with the deck at this point. We've got a good amount of win cons. We've got a lot of stuff going on early in this deck. I'm going to hate the Valley Dasher because, believe it or not, I think that card is actually good in this format. I know, sacrilege, right? Me saying a hasty guy is good. All right, Crippling Chill's fantastic. I think we're going to upgrade something. We got to upgrade something for the Crippling Chill. It's just the cantrip aspect of it is just so good. What am I upgrading, though? That is a good question. I could play it over the Dragon Scale Boon, mostly because we have enough 4-drops already. So it just helps us, I think it helps us curve out a little bit to take the Crippling Chill here. Over the Dragons, or play it over the Dragon Scale Boon. It just, I don't know. Something about Crippling Chill just seems insane in this format. I think it's because it triggers prowess. It's a prowess triggering cantrip removal, feed your delve, keep your hand size up. Just really interacts very well with a lot of the mechanics in this format. So we're really just a high disruption deck, it seems like. I'm going to take the hate the fixing from somebody. Yeah, we seem like just a really high disruption deck. We can bounce stuff, table to cancel anyway, so I guess I'll take it. I don't think we're going to play it. Yeah, so high disruption, not a lot of removal. Just Savage Punch, basically. But double Force Away, double Crippling Chill, Awaken the Bear, which is good. I guess we'll hate more Fixing. Remember, these are all like 3 drops because we have a lot of morph. Secret Plans is still very good in here, I think. We've got a good amount of removal, so we're basically just blue splash green and super light splash of red, which is fine. And we have our deck all made up already, which is nice too. So in case I glitched Empty Geo, we're looking like I can rebuild this very easily. So I just have to figure out how many green sources I want. I already have 2. I have 4 red sources already, and I only have two actual needs for red in this deck. So I can very easily just get away with maybe 1 mountain and have 5 sources. And I already have 4 sources of blue and 2 sources of green and 4 sources of red. So I think what we're going to do is, yeah, I like the 1 mountain. I'm okay with that. So 5 sources for 2 cards. It's probably overdoing it. It's just nice to have one that comes in untapped, I think. But then this is 6 sources of green and 12 sources of blue. I think 12 sources of blue is probably unnecessary. So we could up this, and then it's 8 sources of green, 10 sources of blue, and 5 sources of red. That seems like a very appropriate amount. I mean, yes, we are very light on green, but I would say having access to 8 sources of green is going to help us quite a bit. And 10 sources of blue should absolutely be enough to see blue more than enough. I mean, admittedly, we need green early, I guess, for our 2-drop beaters. But 8 sources of green should be enough, I think. So I'm going to run it like this. You can take a better look at our curve if you set all the morph guys in their respective spots. That guy. Yeah. So our curve is great. Got a lot. We're keeping real busy early on in games. A lot of disruption. I like that. A lot of flyers. I like that. A lot of good finish games. This is a good looking deck. I like this deck. I think it's good. We're going to try it like this, and we'll see you round 1.